Hey everybody, we have a Sanyo PLC-XM100L on the bench today. It's similar to that XM150 I worked on in a different video. It's actually from the same customer. Let's see, according to them, there's tape. Let's see, September 2022, new lamp. Still issue, checked filter, switch, and lamp door switch. Okay. The complaint I have is that there is no lamp ignition. So we will investigate that. Unlike the other one, this one does allegedly have system power. So I think what we'll do first... Actually, let me... Okay. I'm glad I did that. I was going to plug it in and try it, but listen. There's something in there. And if that thing is in the wrong spot, then it is going to be very unhappy when we go to power it up. So let's take it apart a little bit, maybe even take the cover off and see what's rattling around. First thing we'll do is open the lamp door. And that does have a fairly new lamp assembly inside. 2022. It's probably new. Maybe we'll check the chip in my test projector. That's a 136. With the microcontroller timer. Let's see if there's anything in the lamp basket. No, nothing in the lamp basket. I was hoping maybe we'd see a screw rolling around in there. So let's keep going. Let's get the cover off. I'm going to take this upper case off and see what is loose. Come on. You can see this is, if you saw the other video I did on the 150, you'll see that this is basically the same thing. I forget exactly what the differences are between them, but they're very similar. Somebody went around and somebody was prying on it. Don't pry on things. That's never necessary. Or I should say it's rarely necessary. Alright, let's get it in here. This one has a... This one... Is that a... No? Oh yeah. We've got a filter. Let's get these guys out. I think that, get this one. Okay. I think that'll do it. Yeah. Come on, a little more. There we go. Unplug that. And now we're inside. Where are the pieces making the noise? Alright, let's see if I can dump out whatever that is. Huh. I don't know where that came from. Okay. Where that? It would come from here. Doesn't look like it, at least. Alright. Well, that's okay. Let's, now that I don't see any loose screws, let's plug this guy in. Let's push that door switch over. Let's plug her in and just see what happens. So I don't have the LEDs plugged in. I don't care. Give it a moment. It's latched. We don't have the filter. Hang on. That'll always throw an error if the filter's not in. Let's give it a second, and then 3, 2, 1. I don't hear the shutter. Oh, I see something. Somebody was in here who shouldn't have been. I was just carefully looking, and look at this. This is not, this mainboard is all sorts of buggered. See, I didn't hear that tick of the shutter in the front opening. It just kind of made some noise and stopped. But somebody had this mainboard out and didn't put it back in right, or they had it loose and didn't put it back in right. So let's get this metal off. Yeah, see how that corner just picked up when I took that screw out? Yeah, I'll have to dig that screw out. But let's get this one. Come on. And then this one. Yeah, this is a mess. Look at that. None of this is set in there right. Got something bent. The connector's not in the right spot. Yeah, see, that's what they should have done. Oh boy. Alright. Well, oh, it's bowed here too. The heck are they doing? See? Oh boy. Alright, let's get all this unplugged. And then we'll flip it over. I'm a little worried that the main board is damaged because that bend is not good. Not good at all. Get, yep, and then the fan, the screw over there. Let's get this fan out. And then that one. Got a bent ground tab, it's bent in the wrong position. Man, this thing, they might have broke it. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to take it all the way apart, check everything, especially the power factor correction, and then we'll put it back together. We're going to check the ballast too, so let me get it apart. We'll get into the ballast and we'll go from there. So I decided to adjust things so that we can check the power factor correction circuit. The ballast seems to be fine, or seems to be. I'm not 100%. I'd like to compare it against another one, but I want to make sure we have the 150 volts from the PFC. So I actually hooked up a little, can't see it underneath at the moment, but I have a cable plugged in to the 150 or to the 300 volt line. And if we get 150 volts DC out here and not 3 something, then we know, well, we don't know, but most likely there's a mains power supply issue rather than a ballast issue. So I'm just going to put my probes in there and make sure they're not going to hit on the ground. That'll be good. And then let's get a power cord. Let's plug in power. And then we should get a standby. Yep, standby LED. Wait for that green light to settle. There we go. Alright. Oh. Okay. So we might actually have a ballast problem. See that? That's what we should have. See if it tries again. I have the connectors reversed, so positive, negative. But let's try that again just to make sure. Let it charge down. I'm actually gonna flip the leads too so that it says actual positive. I mean, it doesn't matter, but you know. Alright, stand by. Zoom you guys out so you can see the LEDs. Those LEDs are probably going to start flashing. Yep, 380-ish, 370, there's no load. And then these lights should start going nuts. Yep, there we go. Alright. And it's got some kind of smell. Something burned up. So let me grab the ballast. I'll show you what I'm suspicious on. So inside the ballast, we have this transistor, and then that transistor, and then we got the drive transistors for the output and the diode for the output over there. Oh no, those are all transistor, or MOSFETs technically. But we have our ignition and our run MOSFETs over here, and then we have power control MOSFETs over here. So power comes in, goes through that inductor, probably through that jumper, and somehow ends up over here. But I'm getting across the gate and source, come on, hold still, 260 ohms, 267 ohms. The actual MOSFET is okay. I pulled that out and checked it. I actually broke the legs when I was checking it, so I had to repair that. But the MOSFET was okay. The 10K resistor, there should be, I'll show you. We should have 10K roughly from gate to source, and we're not getting that. I replaced the resistor, still getting that. So there's something else. There's something else causing this. I'm going to see if I have any of these first. It's not super common, but I might have something. I do have some old Ikes and some old Sanyos that might have one of these in. So I'm going to go look around first, see if I have any 275 watt 4-wire output. We also might have to check that too. The drive cable to the lamp has a little transformer in line. Sometimes they can be damaged too, but let me look through and see if I have anything that we can use to verify one way or the other before I start tearing this apart to troubleshoot it. So I'm not really sure where the problem could be. I mean, there's a bunch of spots it could be. It could be that chip. It could be that Q11. There's a couple things. So I'll be back. Let me go dig through my stuff. Alright, I can't seem to find anything, so let's just keep troubleshooting. So see, that's weird that the gate is getting 200 like that. We might have to really open this up, or I really don't want to just get a new ballast. I'd like to actually repair it. Let's see, does that go underneath? Yeah, it goes back to here. Gate, source, drain. That's weird. See, this is gate. And source comes out of, what do we got? Okay. Okay, so this is negative. Let's mark it. Negative. So positive. Yep, source, and then drain. Drain is here. Yeah, all right. Why is gate and source, why are they so low? So if I trace it back, we're going to go through this resistor that's 10 ohms. That goes across to here. Come on. Yep. And then through, this is a 33 ohm. Yeah. So we should go 40. This side, wait a minute, I get 43 ohms, okay. And then that goes to this transistor. Oh, there, come on. There we are. And then, I wonder if that little transistor is bad. 290 ohms, 290, 295. Let's go to diode check. I don't know if I'm checking the right pins here, but it seems, now it's in circuit. Oh, is it shorted? Are they using this as a diode maybe? I have to look at that under the microscope. I can't really see if that, oh geez, you guys really can't even see that. This transistor right there, what is it marked as? D5. Okay, it's a diode. So D5, that was checking kind of funny. Now that I know that's a diode, it looked like a transistor. Let's see. 0.291 that way. 0.29 something that way. That seems weird. Alright, let's go desolder that. Here's the diode. Actually, seems like it might be okay. Yeah, 0.6, so that looks good. We got nothing the other way, so that diode's probably okay. Let's go back to here and see what we got. Yeah, same thing. So it's not that diode. Something else. Wonder if, let's see, we got that transformer. $62 ohms. Man, something is up with that control, I'm sure. Just trying to figure out how and where. I might have to get a ballast. This is wrong. I'm really, I'm not 100% positive, but this sure seems wrong. You know what? Let me check the service manual. So I was looking through my stuff, and I found this old Christie. I have been slowly removing parts from this. It's an old LX500, but the ballast, as you can see in there, there's a 4-wire. So let's get this main board unplugged so I don't break this. Because the projector still basically worked. I think it might have a LCD problem, but the rest of it's fine. And here's the ballast wire from it. That went there, went to the lamp. So we might need this too, so I'm gonna hold on to that. Christie, some of them at least, were made by Sanyo. I don't know if they made them for Christie or if Christie badged them themselves or what the deal was, but a lot of older Sanyo and Christie stuff are essentially cross-compatible. So let's get these screws out. Get this power supply block removed. Let's see, is that metal going up yet? Not yet. We're getting there. It's getting loose. Let's just get all these screws out. Nope. I see. There's a screw hiding back here. Put my big old head in the way. Come on. There we go. There we are. Ballast is coming up. I just need to unplug. There we are. Let's see. How do we get the ballast out of there. Where's this? So we got that tab and that tab. Is this? Yeah, it's all one chunk of metal. I thought maybe we could get that ballast out without having to. Well, it's alright. I just gotta push those little tabs in and then the ballast will pull out. So let's head back to the other bench. We'll pop that ballast out and just give it a once over and make sure it's going to plug in place of the other one. I'm looking on the side and I see output 300 watts. So it's a little more than I'd like, but for testing I'm okay with that. So back over at the other bench. Pardon me. Let's pop this guy out. I'd like to repair the original ballast, so maybe this one, even though it's rated at 300 watts, will have enough info for us to figure this out. There we go. I'm gonna go put this back with the Christie. Alrighty, here's the 300 watt, and here is the 275. Otherwise, they're the same. Inputs rated from 250 to 420. So let's see, this is a PHG 281 A1 PB, PHG 281 A1 TB. So I guess the difference is that TB and PB. If you notice, component-wise, they look identical. I suspect, honestly, the difference is probably going to be that potentiometer down there. That's probably setting the power, because everything else looks identical. We get the same parts everywhere. So this ballast worked. I'm positive of that. So let's check that input MOSFET and see if we get 260 ohms. See, here's the I'll write it over here. We're right old, so we know. So let's compare. So on the old one, 267.2. On this one, 267.8. Interesting. So that's actually normal. Okay. That is interesting. Very interesting. 10K. 10K. Wow, okay. Let's go to diode test 0.6. 0.6, close enough. Maybe the ballast is okay. Maybe our problem is in here. This is, oh, come on. This is an ignition transformer. It gets power from the red and brown wires. And then it gives us high voltage out on the other end. That's the ignition. It goes to that fellow right there. So let's set that other ballast out of the way. And let's just check this. Let's see what we have across that transformer. Oh, let me go to ohms, sorry. Alright, so that's more or less a short, which is what it should be. I'm going to have to solder that diode back in. And then inside the projector, the old one, or the other one, I guess we could say, let's get that out here. So let's see if between pink and brown, if we also get a short. Yeah, okay. That's what we want. Interesting. Well, maybe, I think we're going to try this. The potentiometer, let's see, that's set to 473 ohms on the old one. And on the new one, or the test one, and we're going to put in the test one, 350. So we need to turn that up from 350 to 470, so I have to increase that 120 ohms. Alright, let's see what that is now. It should be close for something. 450, a little more. A little back a little too far. Close enough. I like that 472. Grab that, put that connector on there. Alright, let's drop this ballast in and see what happens. It's not a 330 anymore, so I'm going to cross that out. Okay, let me... Oops, oh there it is. I almost lost that diode. I'm going to go put this diode back on the old ballast too, just so I have it all together. I'll be right back. Got all those broken plastic bits on the bottom. I'm gonna have to use the feet out of here for now. I actually do have new plastic standoffs that I can put in once I get the rest of this working. Somebody must have went to pull this out and really, really just kind of mangled it. There we go. Okay, that's going to go this way, so that's this one. And then here and here. Now, if this works with this particular ballast, I may just leave it. I'm going to think about it. Depends on if this works or not, because I'd like to just get these done and out, so I may not bother with the ballast, but we'll see what happens first. Let's just take it one thingy at a time. It's going to plug my little test cable. PFC is plugged in. Let's put that back over. And then for testing, I'm just going to tape this down, and then we'll try it, and then if that works, I'll put all the metal back in. Just a little piece of electrical tape. Obviously, that won't hold up very well to the heat, but I'm not worried about that, although I am worried about that screw that fell down here. washer out, and come on, little guy. There we go. It's like operation. Okay, that looks good. I got all those out. Let's get Mr. Ballast wire over here. And let's put the mainboard back down. Good. That's down. Got that back connector in so the board's not bent or being warped anymore. I do wonder like why people just shove stuff back together if it's not quite right. Like you can see it's not quite right, and pretending it is and just forcing it doesn't solve anything. Like on this side I can see a total bow in the board. And there's nothing pushing up on it. It's just, from when it was installed last time, it wasn't installed right. Let's get these back in. Even though I'm going to have to unplug them again. That's okay. I want to see the picture look good. But yeah, whoever was in this before me, man. I'm sure a lot of techs say that. Man, whoever was in there last time, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure at one point people said that about me. Hopefully not for long. These are so much easier to work on than Epson. That's good. Wrong way. Oh. Now I know where that broken plastic came from. I don't know how I missed this. Remember that plastic bit? Like, I wonder where... Okay. Okay, let me go see if that Christie has one of these in there. Wow. So that Christie didn't have one, but I went into my deep trash. I found that one. That one's the same. Then I also have... this guy, wrong way, got that one, which I think is also the same. Then I got another Sanyo LCD down there for scrap. So let's start with this one. This is, sorry, not Sanyo, Ike. This was actually a donor unit for, what was it, a power supply? Sometime last year. But these older ones are just great for parts. Let's get that metal bracket off. I even think the wire's the right length. So let's see. San Ace 9GH1212C4. Okay, this one, the old one says DO7, this is DO3. I'm guessing that means 7 centimeters versus 3 centimeters. That's fine. We're just going to plug it in. I'm not even going to put it in the metal. I'm just going to set it inside. If this comes on, if this does come on, then I will change the wire so it's the longer wire. Let's just make sure the color's the same. Black, yellow, red, black, yellow, red. Pardon me. Alright, that's good. Let's drop the lamp assembly. Looks like they cracked that timer chip thing. That's alright. That's down, that's in. Okay, everything's plugged in. We have view of the LEDs. Make sure that's filter is closed. It is. Alright. And I know after testing that we would have 380 right now, so hey, there we go. Look at that. This is Sanyo. Fan's running. I'm starting to wonder if maybe that busted fan was the problem. Because with 2 of those broken, it's going to stick. I still can't figure out how they broke it either. But I think that's going to be our solution. I'm going to put the old ballast back in. Turn it off. And we'll try it with the old ballast just to make sure. I'd like to put the old ballast back in. And keep the other one for when I really need it. So let's wrap these cables up for the test ballast that's going to come out. Now if we don't have light after this, then maybe we will go back to that ballast. But let's let this cool down, and then I'll get back inside. We'll pop this in. We'll test it the same way, like I'll not put the metal cover back in. And then I will go and switch the wires between that fan and this fan. And we'll mount it all back in the bracket. I did have to sort of work the bracket a little. It was bent. It looks like somebody squished it, personally. Just trying to get that. Yeah, we should be alright. See, this was all like wonky. This should be flat. It's not, but it's close. It's going to be hard getting this perfect, as long as it's enough to hold it right. You know, so when we drop that in, it points the fan the right way, we'll be good. So, alright, I'll be back. Let's put this little guy back on first. This holds, well, the wire goes through there, but this helps direct the air inside. So let's get that electrical tape off. Put that wire over there. Let's put, wait a minute. That way, yes. There we go. Good. that over this way. And if you remember, these were bent, these little tabs. Now they're, oh, almost. I was about to say now they're not. That one twisted a little. There we go. Turn that clutch down a bit. There we are. I still can't figure out what happened to this projector. That bent piece, the way the circuit board was all wonky and all the weird bent metal, just didn't make sense at all. Just very strange. I'm really glad I didn't have to take the optical assembly out. You know, that part ended up probably just being the fan. I still can't figure out how I didn't notice that when we first took it apart, but it happens. Okay, so those are in, that's in. Let's get these back out of the way. Oh, almost forgot. Almost forgot that metal. Before I forget, let's put this in. put this on. Actually, let's get this wire up out of there. Make sure nothing's getting pinched under the board. There we are. This cover was so out of position. The metal was just bent. It was weird. See this? There we go. Yeah, see, somebody really, I don't know. And I wish I could know what happened. I might see if I can press the customer a little bit, because this is all just so weird. See, when the boards go in, they should just go in smoothly. You should feel it locked down. You shouldn't have to force it. Never force things. Sometimes you'll see me acting sort of rough, but know that that's a calculated level of roughness. I'm being aware of how much force I'm applying. I'm not just willy-nilly doing stuff like that. Alright, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Okay, let's put this back in the top, and then we can set the top on and try it. And then if the top works, or if it works with the top sitting on, we'll put the screws in and then test it over in the other area. Okay, I'm going to put a few screws in just to hold it. And then one back here. Okay, so let's put the doors on and test it. Let's put that cover back on. And then this guy. Go. Hey, there it is. That's what we want. Just want to make sure it boots up all the way. Once it does, I'll shut it down, bring it over to the other side, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, looks good. No timer warning. There we are. Alright, I'll meet you guys over there. There we go. Picture is coming up as I bump boxes. Oh yeah, picture's coming up. Let's see what it looks like. Alright. Very blurry. And it's not staticky like you guys are seeing. That's just due to the light. It's a little better on this. But let's see, it should get to the display in a second. Alright. And then input. Oh, maybe. There it is. There's my DTV box. It looks like we have a little bit of dust in there. About the same. I might pop the top off and just give that LCD area a quick clean. Alright, let's give that top a clean. Let's do that. Oh, not yet. Alright, we're waiting for it to boot. As soon as it boots, we're going to focus it, and then we're going to check the menu. There we go. And I gave it a little cleaning too. There's still some tiny spots, but nothing that's going to really show up once it's focused. See, if I go the wrong way, it's more obvious. So let's go the right way. No? Maybe that was zoom. Maybe that's focus. Maybe I gotta go the other way. Ah, there we go. Okay, very focused now. And then menu. You guys can see all that. Let's go down to information. Filter counter, 5 hours. Lamp timer, 0 hours. That's what we want to see. So this is good. I'm very happy with this. So I'm going to run a video in this. And as long as it gets through for the next hour, it'll be fine. Very, very happy here. This is good. So, yeah. So if you have any questions about your Sanyo PLC-XM100L or any other Sanyo or Panasonic of this type, go ahead and put a question down in the comment section. If you need a replacement lamp assembly for one of these, also check the description. I have a link down there with a coupon code, and there also should have been a thing up top here somewhere, maybe a little link that'll take you to quality replacement lamps that have the proper timer and everything. And if you got this far, you found this remotely interesting, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe if you don't. You know, all that usual YouTube boilerplate stuff. But most importantly, as always, thank you for watching.